Hello everybody, this is Blade here, and we'll be reading a new Black Butler fanfiction. It's called Me and the Guys. Ray had a normal teenage life, free, rebellious singer until Black Butler characters somehow transported into his world. Sebastian, Claude, Grell, and The Undertaker came out of nowhere. Can they get back, or will they even want to go back? What will happen when they all fall in love with Ray? Read to find out. Chapter 1. Ray's point of view. Every day is the same thing. I find myself being welcomed home by nothingness and darkness. My parents don't care about me anymore. That's why I think they kicked me out of the house and brought me this penthouse so they don't have to deal with me anymore. That's a good thing for me. I don't need them. All I need is my friends and my music, but it's just lonely sometimes in this place. Not all my friends can hang out, I guess. This is one of the few perks of living on your own, if you want to call it that. So, being 18, rebellious of me to stay being a senior in high school. Seriously, I'm talking to myself. I hope I don't go crazy. I walked upstairs of my penthouse and to start the shower, grab some pajama pants and boxers. I noticed my clock said 7:30. Good. That gives me enough time to watch some anime. But what to watch? I thought, why not I give Black Butler a chance? I could say I'm classy. Classic otaku, but not that crazy like the others. I can go going to an all-boy private school that's full of high-strung. Almost everyone is concerned of popularity. Not me. I tried that good student and good grade act, but that's not for me. I love making it hard for some of the teachers and having fun with my music because I show the real me. I make some friends in that hellhole. We all love to sing and play. We also give the teachers a hard time. We even got a nickname from the teachers, the Rebel Singers. So I thought about that. I couldn't help but chuckle to myself. I got into the shower and let the warm water splash over my face. I washed my shoulder-length black with red highlights hair. It took about 20 minutes in the shower. I turned off the water, grabbed the towel, and dried myself off. I grabbed my navy blue jogger pajama pants and a soft V-neck shirt. I headed downstairs to the living room. I walked downstairs and grabbed my fluffy, warm black blanket off the couch and flopped on it. And flipped on the TV and put it on Netflix. I found that Black Butler that's all happening. My TV shut off, hit the bright white screen replacing it. The light became beamed out of the TV. Well, it was too bright to look at. What the hell? I thought. I grabbed the remote and tried to turn it off, but nothing happened. The TV got brighter, and all of a sudden, it looked like it was about to explode. This is the end for me. But I still have things to do. I don't want to have to. I didn't even got my music off the ground. Covered my eyes with the blanket, and then I heard several plops on the floor in front of the couch. I uncovered my eyes once I thought the light has fully faded away. Holy hell, what the hell just happened? I threw off the blanket off my face and scanned the room, looking around to see 4 guys unconscious on my living room floor. 4 of the absolute all-girls' favorite Black Butler characters of all time unconscious on my living room floor. From what I can see, the characters were Sebastian, Claude, Undertaker, and the flamboyant Grell. That I know, maybe. The guy that is the Undertaker was the first to lit up to said, all groggily yet giggly voice. He said, I never considered that hell to be holy. What the hell? I must be high. Or going insane. I have gone completely mad. No, it's probably one of those dreams where I can disfigure logic from fantasy. but it can't be. Perhaps it really did happen, I said as I got my water bottle and splashed it in my face. Nope, not a dream, I said in my normal voice. Mister, I can assure you that you have not gone mad. Undertaker stood up and looked right at me with his hands folded into his chin. I was just in my shop making lovely coffins. I was pulled into a light and ended up here. Creepy but cool, I said, as I just stared at him as I was pulled out of my trance by a rough and painful grasp of my arm. I snapped my head towards up as I was pissed off when I came to see an angry Claude looking down at me. Who are you and where is my young master? And I suggest you tell me why I was pulled away from tending to my master. He is not someone that you can just leave. He'll destroy the place. More importantly, his soul can be stolen. Cloud shouted, still holding my poor wrist in a death grip. I was cut off by another voice. Like the time that you tried to steal my master, Faustus. How the tables have turned. My, Claude. Has anyone ever told you that it was rude to grab a young man? I glanced over Claude's shoulders to reveal a new voice that was only to look straight into red eyes. Sebastian, who was simply a few inches away from my face. Okay, a little too close for my comfort, I thought. When I heard, "Yes, what are you doing to that lovely young man, Mr. Butler?" the Undertaker chimed in. I was still pissed off at Claude, who still had my wrist in a death hold, as I sighed and with my free hand I punched him right in the face as he let go of me and he fell to the floor. I looked straight into his eyes, and I was in shock of Claude, who was unfortunately surprised at the amount of strength I had. I looked around at everyone. I could tell that they were all surprised and confused on their faces. All of them. Well, mostly, except for Grep, who was still sleeping like a log. Okay, everyone sit down on the couch and I'll explain everything to you shortly. Once everyone's awake. I glanced over to Grell. I walked over to Grell and thought of a way to wake him up. I smirked and an idea popped into my head. I took a deep breath and yelled, "Wake up or I'm going to dye your hair blue!" I shouted. Grell sprung up from the floor and a bit scared, but hey, well, he's awake. Grell looked around in the room and his eyes landed on me. "Oh, that was a dirty trick. You threatened to dye my lovely red hair." "Anyway, where am I?" Grell said. "I'll explain once you sit down with on the couch with the others," I said, pointing towards the couch full of the Black Butler characters. After Grell took a seat next to Sebastian, I started my story. My name is Rhys Storms. It's August 27, year 2015. I did not bring you here, and I was just sitting on my couch about to watch some TV when all of a sudden it shut off and apparently white, and then all of a sudden you four were laying on my floor. I don't know what happened or what did happen. I said screaming something I don't remember, then the Undertaker said something about hell not being holy, and then all of a sudden you spider demon grabbed me. I said, pointing at Claude. All I remembered, I was about to serve tea to my master, Sebastian said. Me as well. Claude chimed in again. I was looking for my true love, Lassie, Grell said, hugging Sebastian's arm. And I was making coffins, the Undertaker said, nodding and looking at them. Yes, I do not recall mentioning me being a spider demon. You talked if you know us, dearie. Hee Undertaker said, giggling. And don't call me dearie, I said, pissed off, only making the Undertaker giggle some more. So Ray, please explain, why do you seem to know us all? I looked over to Sebastian and I checked my gaze. I shrugged my shoulders, looking yes. I said, sarcastic tone in my voice. An impatient Grell snapped. I would prefer hearing the truth. I rolled my eyes at him. I sighed and explained everything. How they popped out of my TV from a famous anime. So they're characters for what you call an anime? The Undertaker asked. And you were sucked here until we figure out how to get home, Claude added. All of them looked shocked in their heads, and all of a sudden, awkward silence. Grell started laughing in between laughs, saying, "Well, this is explains that why everything looks so different. This is quite amusing, hee hee." The Undertaker fell on the floor laughing and like, I'm glad he finds it amusing, I thought. Given the circumstances, all of you are going to be staying in my home, aka my penthouse. I live alone, thanks to the asshole-loving parents, I said, looking at them. So, if you want, you don't have to worry about anyone else around here but me. There's 2 spare bedrooms to your left, I said, pointing that way, and there's this couch and the couch upstairs. The beds are already made, so there's blankets on the couch upstairs, and whoever's sleeping on this couch can use my blanket. I'm getting tired. I'll call it a night, so good night, you guys, I said, walking upstairs. To my room, I laid on my bed, pulling my black sheets over me, and fell asleep. I did not know there was a large spider on the windowsill watching me as I sleep. Sebastian's point of view. Sir Ray is quite interesting human, not mentioned very handsome and kind for someone his age. His soul seems to have the sweet and delicate smell that's very alluring, even though he knows that both Claude and I are demons. It's quite strange. I never have thought that he would actually punch Claude, knowing all too well that Claude was a demon. Ray showed no fear. Quite interesting human indeed. Claude's point of view. I watched Sir Ray as he slept. His soul is so tempting that I could taste it. Its delicious smell, that indeed the smell of a tortured soul, just like those rich brats, but different. A soul, very rare to find, such a rare soul to behold. Undertaker's point of view. The boy who took us in is quite nice. Ray, I think his name is. He's quite a brave and silly too. The way he gets mad is very cute and funny. My stay in this world will be quite interesting. Girl's point of view. I'm so happy I'm stuck in another world with my Bassie. I'm glad that Ray boy took us in. He's very sweet, though I still upset when he threatened to dye my hair blue, and his cold, attracted yet send chills down my spine. Ooh, so cute, very cute. I wonder how you will look in beautiful red.